shouting through the night. Static hum that shakes the ground. R.I.F.T nation rising loud, profound. Feel the fire, feel the fight. We're the shadows in the night. Crashing waves, we take the stage. Unleash the fury, turn the page. Steel strings, scream the truth we bring.
The engine is starting up.
For launch. GC, go. Guidance, go. Fido, go. Prop, go. GNC, go. Max, go. Eagle, go. Ecom,
go. Pending final steps to cabin leak check.
3, 2, 1.
Is there anyone here that would like to communicate with us? Can you give us a sign?
Welcome to the R.I.F.T Nation Network, the RNN, putting a slide in your glide and a dip in your hip. Welcome to the mothership, the home of the travelers of the universe. With shows throughout the week, you can find us at Instagram, Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, Spotify, and more. Everything you could want, everything you can need right here, right now. From the paranormal to the supernatural. From comedy to the spiritual. And now, your featured show. Shall we begin?
It's showtime, folks!
Podcast may contain material that some listeners may find sensitive, offensive, or disturbing. We strive to create respectful and informative content, but topics discussed may include mature themes such as violence, explicit language, or controversial subjects, triggering content including discussions related to mental health, trauma, or other sensitive issues, explicit language. Occasionally, our guests or hosts may use strong language. While we aim to handle these topics with care and empathy, we encourage listeners to exercise discretion. If you find any content distressing, consider skipping or seeking support. Remember that this podcast is not a substitute for professional advice. If you need assistance, please consult a qualified expert.
Beacon in the dark for you. Reach out, grab that spark. Wisdom waits in silent hues. Find your path out of the dark. Thursday night, the time is near. Guidance shines at 9:30. Eastern winds will draw you here. Hearts and minds no longer blurry. Your fate lies in your own hands. Wisdom flows like desert sands. Knowledge hidden in plain sight. Reach for it with all your might.
Well, hello, everybody, and how are you? So, awesome. I'm back, and I keep forgetting to shut the music off, so yay. Now you can hear me. So, how are you? This is Beacon in the Dark, and Renee's having some phone issues. So, tonight, we're going to talk about self-esteem and manipulation and why it's extremely important to make sure that your self-esteem is awesome, because manipulation, not everybody is as honest and as caring as you are. They're not, and people do manipulate, especially in this day and age. But what we're going to do is I'm going to give you a couple of definitions here of what the definition of manipulation is. And then we're going to I'm going to read you the definition of self-esteem. Because after reading what manipulation is and what happens when you have low self-esteem, you're going to understand the effects a lot better. So, welcome to Beacon in the Dark. I'm Susan. Renee's having phone issues. She might not be able to pop on or off. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow to all of the R.I.F.T Nation Network channels. You can always email anybody at riftnationnetwork@gmail.com. Or you can get to know the host and send them a friend request on their Facebook page, send them a message that way as well. So, hello, that girl, and hello, Z Sun, and nice to see you guys. So, let's go over to the definition of what manipulation is. You're going to understand why it's very important with these two. Okay. Now, manipulation means pressuring others, sometimes in sneaky ways, to get what you want. So, the person doing the manipulator is called the manipulating is called the manipulator, seeking to be in control. Now, we talked about control issues on the other show. They're usually very good at reading emotions, but they use these skills to pick up on weaknesses and they take advantage of you, is what they do. The end goal of manipulative behavior, in the end, the goal of manipulative behavior is to actually gain personal or professional power over another individual. Now, manipulation can actually happen in any type of relationship, from workplace to your family. Though the most common and close relationships, it includes any attempt to sway emotions to try to get them to face or act and feel in a certain way. It's making sense to you guys. Now let's go over some signs, and then we're going to get right into self-esteem. Give you guys some techniques to help your self-esteem level come up. Okay, let's see what's going on here. Now, manipulative behaviors, okay? Again, they try to make you feel guilty. How many individuals do you know to try to make you feel guilty? They manipulate. The manipulator can actually screw any situation, to make themselves be the victim. That's how they make you feel guilty. They actually encourage you to doubt yourself. If you feel repeatedly told that you can't do something or don't understand, after a while, you're going to start believing it, right? They complain. They get angry, especially in front of others. This is the way for them to, for you to do what it is that you want them to do. They manipulate you into feeling a certain way. They actually compare you to others by pointing out what someone else has achieved. A manipulator can really point out your shortcomings, and that's what they're trying to do. They'll charm you. Not all manipulative behavior comes across as negative. Some manipulators may shower you with compliments and praise to build your trust. That way, you'll be more likely to do what you want. They also have a tendency to give you ultimatums. Okay? Ultimatums. In many cases, a manipulator can make treats to get it their way. For instance, they may threaten to move out of your house or quit a job or even harm themselves. And again, this is all manipulative behavior. And that's what it is that we're talking about right now. So now we're going to get over into self-esteem is what we're going to get into. Renee's having issues with her phone. So if we're talking about individuals that manipulate you, who do you think it's easiest for them to target? The reason I brought up the manipulation is to get you to understand that we need to build up our esteem levels, our self-esteem is what we need to do. And again, staying positive, very hard thing to do. But let's get into the nitty gritty of this right now. Now, low self-esteem is actually defined as a lack of confidence or seeing yourself as unworthy, inadequate, incomplete, unacceptable, or unlovable. Having a negative self-critical thought can actually affect your behavior, your life choices, and leave you trapped in a lonely, vicious cycle. Low self-esteem can affect one's mental health as well. leading to stress, depression, eating disorders. As such, it's important to take quick action when you realize you or someone you love is suffering from this debilitating problem. Now, yes, this is a wow, debilitating. Wow. There's certain words out there, guys, that you just can't say, and that's one of mine. So, debilitating. Yeah, really bad. Really bad. That's what it is. Oh my God. I always put the P with the B is, and oh, forget it. It's just disabling them. How's that? That's what we'll say. We'll say it's disabling them. Okay. Now, how do we work to correct this? How do we work on this? How do we help build ourselves up? There's so many different ways to do that because we need that. We need to have that higher self-esteem, that high confidence, that ability within ourselves, because we all have that little bit of self-doubt within ourselves. We don't want that self-doubt. We want to get those little voices in our head to quiet down. We want to build ourselves up. Do you know that we are our own worst critics? We are. How many times? Yep. Yes, fluent in Susan and gibberish. Yes. Gibberish. There's certain words you just can't say, and it goes blah, 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 blah. So what happens? Oh, Uncle. Susanese, someone used to call that. I can speak Susanese. That's awesome. So what it is we have, when we have low self-esteem, self-doubts, or even if it's on the beginning or it's not severe, we have a tendency to, you know, have negative thoughts come out of our own. How many times have you got, yes, that word? I can't say it, but she can spell it. So how many times have you guys, that's funny, deliberating, nope, depilit, de, debilitating. Oh my God. I can't say the word. It's just certain words I just can't say. So here's the thing. How many times have you guys out there called yourself, freaking idiot? Man, you're dumb. Do you know that's negative and bad for you? Throwing out derogatory comments and comments that are extremely negative to you actually does work on your self-esteem. So you don't have to worry about another individual manipulating your low self-esteem because you keep bringing yourself down further and further and further. You're trying to get me to say this, huh? Deliberating. I sound like a 2-year-old sounding out words. See? And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm laughing at myself because it does have. We have another one here trying to help me out because they find, hey, people are used to me being a jokester, not serious. That's the fun thing. But I love this. Deliberating. Deliberating. No. Deliberating is decide. Depilative. Damn it. Depilative. Oh, forget it. I give up. Okay. See, things like this, things exactly like this word I cannot pronounce. Deliberating. No, I'm not deliberating. It's debilitating. I know what I'm trying to say, and it's not coming out of my mouth. Deliberating is different. It's deciding. This is like, so you can't move forward. So, yeah, I can't say the word. But exactly, let's take this example right here. This example right here, I cannot pronounce this word for the life of me. I could read it 50 million times. And for some reason, I just want to throw that P in there all the time. I don't know why. But normally people would get embarrassed. And when they get embarrassed, they're going to call themselves what? Yes, it's like a disability. Um, and again, oh, it's like a disability. A rating, debilitating. Yes, deliberating. I don't freaking know. But you know what? This we have all these helpful hints here. So this is the bloody word I'm trying to get out of my mouth, and it's just not coming out, but that's okay. So yeah, I don't know. I needed to speak to me, and even in that I couldn't say the certain words that I just can't speak. But when we're younger, or people that do not have a higher level of self-esteem get embarrassed over something like this. They'll think that they're dumb or they're stupid, and oh my God, what's wrong with them? And then what are you doing? You're sitting there throwing in all of these negative crap. Okay, this was a perfect example right here. This doesn't bother me. I actually find it hilarious. And you know what? I shared my joy because now I've got people laughing because they just can't pronounce this word. I want to put a P in there. Why? I don't know. I already went potty, but this is what actually happens. Okay, and learning to not laugh at yourself, but laugh with yourself will help solve that. Get the self-doubt away. It's like, oh my God, I'm stupid, I can't do this. No, I just get tongue-tied and I find it funny. But think of it this way: even Google can't understand me. And you ever do that? You sit there and you sit there and you're on your phone and you do talk to text, and even Google doesn't understand what the heck I'm talking about half the time. Bloody hilarious, I'll tell you. Um, it's like, okay, what do we got here? We tried so very hard, even forgot the initial word we were trying to help with. I know, but it's, you know what? That's okay. I'm glad I could. I'm glad I could make you guys laugh. Maybe I should copy and paste it so you guys know what I'm talking about in here. But this is hilarious. It really is. So these are certain things that we need to actually deal with to help ourselves. So let's see. Let's see. Where is it? Debilitating. I think I got it. No, I did it again. Debilitating. I'm sorry. See, this is the word here. Okay, there we go. Debilitating. Yes, I mean, it's freaking funny when you think about it. Because I want to go debilitating. I don't know why, but that's what I want to say. Maybe it's because, hey, I'm dyslexic. I see things upside down. So maybe my whole life I thought it was debilitating. But think of it this way: it's hilarious now when you get older. But so, yeah, that's the word. So, what it is right now is you have to learn to like laugh at yourself. You have to learn to I know I got it once or twice and then I put the P back in. So, I think the whole thing is funny. So, oh my God, it is bloody hilarious when you think about it. It is what it is. But what we need to do is you need to just build up that self esteem. Don't sit there and focus on certain things. I mean, okay, make some improvements. Okay. I'm trying to improve my B's and my P's. So evidently. So no, just improve on things as far as your self-esteem. Same thought. I a P. I looked it up. It was a B. Yes. Yes, and that's what it is. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I know it's a B, even though I see a P and I know it's a B, but my brain just says, no, it's a P. So I don't know. Anyways, we're talking about P's and B's over here. Who knows? But we're talking about self esteem. Good example. Just mispronounced a word. Can't seem to get the word out. Most people would get upset. They cry. They feel embarrassed. I don't. Maybe when I was younger, I did, but I learned to work on that. Yes, plays on someone's weaknesses. Exactly. And that's what it is. We need to keep ourselves stronger, keep our self up and build ourselves up. I mean, there's nothing wrong with mispronouncing a word. As long as it makes someone else's laugh, that's all that matters. Okay? I mean, I don't even know what the heck I text when I'm talking to text anyway. So, autocorrect doesn't understand me. And I find it funny now because I didn't grow up with this stuff. I grew up with a typewriter. You had to white out everything. So, yeah, it's different back then. So let's work on some ways to rebuild up our self esteem. That was really kind of funny, though. I enjoyed that. I really did enjoy that. You got me laughing at myself. And that's the thing. I'm laughing at myself. You guys were laughing with me, not laughing at me because I just couldn't get the word out. And it's funny, and there's nothing wrong with that. It brings joy, and that's good. I love that. I learned a new word. Debilitating. Yes, it's called debilitating. So it's a new word. Just made it up. We'll put it in the dictionary. We'll put it under Susanese. Um, so, first thing you need to do in order to build up your self esteem, I almost put self esteem. Anyways, self esteem is to make improvements. Okay? Many things can actually lead to low self esteem. Some of them are not in your control, like age, wrinkles, gray hair, or in my case, gray, white, purple, and blonde when it comes through. So you never know with me. But you know what? It's good. Exactly. With who and we stumble on it too. Exactly. And that's what it is. So again, some of the things are not actually in your own control. Others actually fully in your power to change. Okay. So a lot of people, and again, an example, you're struggling with, say, with certain issues, it could impact you and have a low negative attitude. And again, I'm a woman, so I'm going to take this right away. And some men have these issues. We start to grow gray hair and white hair, and some people just they can't have one color. It's got to be mixed, you know. So you get mixed hair, so you can't have that beautiful white hair or that gorgeous gray hair. You just have a mixture of a mess, and you say, "Oh my God, I'm getting old. Look at these grays," and you go on and you have upsets. So what do? I dye my hair. So I just use a vegan stuff, and I go and I dye it many different colors, but I get awesome free highlights because I get the two different colors, and a lot of people really would. So, what you want to do is if you think you're overweight, mindful eating. Okay? Be mindful of everything you're eating instead of going like for that cake or that chocolate or that cookie. Oh, I could use a cookie. What you want to do is you want to go into something else. If you feel like going for a walk sometimes helps build us up. It really does help. Improvements. We're going for a walk to alleviate stress for no other reason but just for that. Okay. So, and again, if you have low self esteem, you're feeling tired as well, is what you're doing. You feel very, very tired. And how you look and feel at yourself when you look and you feel the way that we are, we have this tendency to just low self esteem. We want to sleepscape. Some of us want to eat nonstop. So it really depends on what it is. And then we look, and it's like, especially when you get older, you're looking in the mirror and you're going, "Oh my God, I'm a chunky monkey. What happened?" So, and it is what it is. We all change as we get older. Even those that are younger that are having issues with low self esteem, you can look at somebody and say, "They're perfect. What is their issue?" Maybe they don't think that way. Maybe they don't feel that way on the inside. So it's literally not what's on the outside that's important. It's how they feel on the inside that really is going to help them motivate, help them become more balanced. Let's see. Let's see. Myself and Z Sun are what is this? Okay, let's see. This one says myself and Z Sun are writing a lexicon, a word that goes over everyone's head, but understand each other. Ha! Ha! All right. This one says, yes, I have dark brown, dyed hair. It was salt and pepper, and now I'm mostly salt, but I dye it because I do not look good with white hair. Well, see, I dye mine because I like purple, but I just haven't had a chance to put my mauve purple back in. So I like unusual colors, but you know what? There's nothing wrong with that. You want to be purple, pink, brown, blonde, it doesn't matter. You do it. You do it makes you feel good. You don't put these things in for someone else. If it makes you feel good to dye your hair a certain color, do it. Do it. It's not about them. It's definitely about you. So somebody said, yes, me. So, and that's what it is. It's definitely about what it is that's best for you. Another thing you could do to help with your self esteem, of course, is talk to a mental health professional. Mine is blue. Blue, well, mine's normally purple or mauve, but I don't know if I'd look good in blue. I haven't tried it. I'm just more of a purple pinky type girl. See, now I got to do mine tomorrow because it came out. That's what happens when you use vegan. So, yeah, you use vegan, it comes out after a while. Talk to a mental health professional is definitely always the way to go, especially if the self-esteem issue is going into depression or anxiety. If it's affecting you in a negative aspect, in a negative way, definitely something you want to do. Um, like what is it? Squashes, people we pick up that stand on the side of the road, potentially squashable. Funny. Funny. Okay. And here's the thing, guys, accept your flaws. For the longest time, I could not accept that I couldn't spell, that I couldn't pronounce certain words because my mouth just got tongue tied. I accepted it. I actually laugh with it. When I was younger, yes, I had an issue with that. I had a large, large issue with that. Trying to. Yep. So what I'm trying to do right. Renee's going to join in on chat. She can't seem to get the phone working the other way. So Renee Odell, of course, the co-host to this, is in the chat room right now. So accept your flaws. Not, if this world was full of a bunch of people that were actually perfect in every way, the world would be boring. Who wants to all be blonde hair, blue eyed, or perfect? None of that. None of that. So accept your flaws. Your flaws can actually be awesome. Okay, and some things that you think are flaws might not be flaws. They to someone else, it's not a flaw. Don't worry about it, Renee. It happens. I've had issues with the internet here. Okay. And we were talking about this one earlier. Okay. Silence your critical inner voice. This is about self esteem and ways to actually assist people because I talked about food stamps and food banks last week, is what I talked about. You have an inner voice that's extremely, extremely negative. Okay. Yeah. And that's what it is. Your inner voice, you can be your own worst critic. You can have so much negativity come in towards you just from yourself, just from blaming yourself. Oh man, that was dumb. Why'd I do that? You just called yourself dumb. You say, I'm not good enough for that. I'm not pretty enough for that. I'm not thin enough for that. I'm not happy enough for that. And my nose is too small for that. My nose is too big for that. I mean, my God, my butt's too big. Oh my God, my butt isn't big enough. So there's always, think of all the plastic surgery people do. What are they doing? They're not accepting their flaws. Your flaws can be the most best things about yourself. Vanity, yes. People are very vain and proud. Exactly. I accept my flaws, but I try my best when I'm out in public. Yes, I do too. I do too. Yep, it's definitely hard to be positive when you lived in a world full of negative people. Exactly. That's exactly true, Renee. So, and that's why it's extremely important for us to not be our own worst critics and learn to accept who we are. Take the negative self talk away by not criticizing our voice. Silence that inner voice. Be beautiful and thankful just about everything about you and who you are. Love yourself for who you are. Love your faults. Love everything about yourself. Another thing you can actually do to help your self esteem is try something new. Let's see. One common characteristic, here we go again with words. One common characteristic of people suffering from low self esteem is feeling that they are incomplete and underperformers. Okay. They think that they are incapable of accomplishing certain things. Now, sadly, this is many times a self fulfilling prophecy. In order to overcome low self respect, you must understand that you can do more than you think. We can all do more than we think we can. The only thing you have to do is just try. Try something new. Literally. Exactly. Renee says this too. Renee says, I am hotter on myself than any others, but that's being a Scorpio. And again, you're self doubting yourself. You said, but that's being a Scorpio. Oh, honey, I'm a Gemini. You never know one way to another which me is going to be here today. So, and that's the hard part. Susan always looks smashingly cool on camera. Thank you. Thank you very much. I like being unique. I don't follow crowds, and I love that about myself. You know, I felt odd when I was younger, but now I don't feel so odd. I feel that it's cool that I can be uniquely me, you know? Try something new. That's what you want to do. Me, I think about a year ago, was it a year and a half ago? I tried crocheting and now I'm making jackets. Something I never ever thought I could do. So I never learned from my grandmother. Actually, downstairs the way it was. Just love everything about yourself. So it's pretty awesome. Uh, Renee is in alternate chat on for us, Susan. What is this? Hold on. Um, Renee is in the SN alternate chat, all four of us. Yeah, and that's why I put it up on the screen because I think it's a little easier if I put it up on the screen so everybody can see everybody else's comments. It makes it a bit easier. So also, um, another thing we can do is improve our relationship problems. A lot of us have issues, and I did feel that. I felt that for a long time, and I'm sure other did. They had issues in certain relationships, and you know what it does? It makes you feel angry or anxious or not good enough, or why couldn't I do this? And that happens in many aspects of individuals. If you are with a partner that, say, puts something else before you, and you're sitting there putting your whole self out, you're sitting there, why, what did I do? What else can I do? I'm not good enough. I'm not this. It brings you down. Relationships can bring you down. Okay. So you need to try to improve all of that. Two separate thoughts. Sorry, Gemini thing, all four. Here, Gemini. Gemini's awesome. At least for me, they are. Anyways, so learn to improve relationship problems the best that you actually can. Learn communication skills. In this way, you won't feel so depressed and anxious all the time. Sometimes it's easier said than done when it comes to relationships because there are some medical conditions that do cause people not to act as society or even us as individuals would think as a norm. And I know that for a fact. Um, Most of you do know that my husband that died a while ago did have liver cancer, so he developed the dementia part of that, and it's very difficult to deal with that aspect of it. And the only thing that you can do when it comes to something like that is understand that it really isn't you. It's a part of the disease, it's part of what's actually happening, that you didn't do it. And it's just hard. Go for a walk, go for a ride, listen to music, find a way to actually shake that off. Sometimes when things get too bad, I walk and shake off the bad. Exactly. That's exactly it. And that's what you have to do. You just have to let it go. And certain things are hard to let it go. Don't absorb it. Because when you absorb it, that negative self talk is going to come back again. We don't want to do that. So we try to improve it, is what we can. And is a really good one here. Okay? Talk to your low self esteem. People go, what? You're talking to yourself? Any money in the bank? No, just nuts. No, I'm cool with it. So I know this might sound a bit weird. Okay, it really can. But it can be an effective in overcoming low self esteem. For example, when you're in a meeting and your low self esteem may tell you, shut your mouth, you have nothing worth saying in the meeting. If this happens, silently respond to the low self-esteem, saying, yes, I have an idea. Speak out your idea. So what you're doing is you're counteracting what your inner voice is talking, and that's called talking to your low self-esteem. Okay? And that's another method to do it. Talk to it. Literally. I mean, not out loud, but talk to it. Well, sometimes out loud. I guess it depends whether or not you're alone. So, but how you look at it. Now, helping people. Helping people is a really good builder of self-esteem. When you're working through issues and you don't feel good enough, but yet you're helping this individual and they're extremely thankful, from anything from holding a door open or putting a penny on the counter because they were a penny short on something, or just about anything, carrying groceries for somebody who's elderly, or helping them up the stairs, or anything whatsoever can actually make that other individual feel good, and then they get brighter, and by them getting brighter, you get brighter as well. So that bright it's excuse me, your day as well. Let's see what we got here. This says, my mate talks to himself, and it's amazing how much I get to know listening. Yes, out loud. There's nothing wrong with it. Any money in the bank? No, just plumb crazy and really cool with it. That's what I tell people. Or better yet, you can say, nope, self employed. I'm having a staff meeting. Just stay out of it. There's another one you can use. So, if you're alone by yourself. So, but that's really cool. So, helping people really does help build that self esteem up. Um, let's see, I never told you that. Oh my God. Oh, all right. Now try to relax. That's the hardest thing to do when you having an issue with your esteem, is you need to practice your self-care. Hello, Michelle. You are never late. Never late. Practice your self-esteem. Okay? And again, try to relax. Okay? Practice self-care. Guided meditation's really awesome. What makes you feel better? Some people it's guided meditation. Other people are sounds. There's singing bowls. There's tinctures. There's all kinds of different sounds we can utilize to help build us up. If crystals work for you, work with your crystals. It doesn't matter if they don't work for that one, but they do work for you. Allow that to happen. Allow it to actually work with you. Okay? Me, I have certain crystals I wear all the time. I'm a Gemini. I have mood swings, because I'm a Gemini. So what do I use? Jade. I wear jade all the time. Jade helps keep me balanced. It might not work for the person next to me that actually is a Gemini too, but it works for me. And that's what matters. You need to utilize what actually works for you. Now, recognize your defense mechanisms. That's another one. Okay? We have certain automatic defenses. One. Ew. Sorry, I'm thinking of Bohemian Rhapsody now. Recognize your defense mechanisms. Mechanisms. Oh my God, here we go again. Your defense mechanisms. Yes, okay. Now, there's actually a subconscious reaction to certain situations, okay? There is multiple defense mechanisms such as projection, denial, let's see, regression. And it's more if you actually feel guilty about something, you might naturally use a defense mechanism to prevent yourself from internalizing your bad actions or thoughts or life event. People with low self esteem have a tendency to use defense mechanisms without actually realizing it. It's possible that building up of too many negative events affect your self esteem and cause you to project yourself against more negative experiences. However, we do use this defense mechanism at one point or another. Make sure that you actually recognize it, is what you need to do. Recognize it. Let's see what this says. What's Renee got? Renee says, I feel this Facebook Facebook reel where this gal was whining about the cost of a tattoo. And this guy walks in and listens for a little bit. He then asked the girl if she wanted him to pay for her. She said, yes, please. He takes her credit card and slaps it on the reader and hands her the card book and says, you can go now. Yeah. All right. So, and that's what it is. So do that. That's defense. Your defense mechanism is what it is. Okay. Now, live in the now. You can't go back in time. I haven't found a time machine that'll take you forward or backwards. The past is just that. It's your past. It's your lessons. It's where you have been. It's where you have come from. It's what created who you are right now. Your past created you. If you didn't go through everything, the good, the bad, the indifferent, would you be who you are today? No. You'd be someone different. Everything that we have been through in the past creates who we are. All message opens does not pull Renee from partial universe chat, but Susan will read it anyway. Yep. Never confuse self-defense with survival. Exactly, Renee. Exactly. So if you don't, what you do is if you are living in the past, okay, we're living in the past. You're thinking about the past. You're overthinking it. Okay, what happens? Okay, some people, and this is what it is, as a holistic counselor, we don't consider past mistakes. We consider them challenges. And the reason is did you learn from it? Did you come out on the other side of it? Was there a lesson in what happened? Yes, you faced a challenge, good, bad, or indifferent. You faced that challenge and you succeeded. So, therefore, it's not past mistakes, it's past challenges that you faced and won. A challenge, no matter how bad you think you did something, it was a challenge. Or something that was done to you, it was still a challenge. You faced it, you survived it, you won. And that's how we look at it that way. Let's see. How do I leave this universe to get to the other one? I don't know. And that's what it is. Let it go. It's just everything that you have been through in your life, good, bad, or indifferent, created who you are. So if you're focusing on your mistakes or you're focusing on the past mistakes, don't. They're challenges. And if you're going through something right now and you did make a mistake, try making amends. Try apologizing. Say, I'm sorry I did this. I'm sorry I did that. And that's what we do. Very carefully. Robert says, very carefully. Another thing is to be kind to yourself. Along with self doubt, you need to be good to yourself. We need to care about us. And yes, especially individuals that, like, we'll take healthcare people, people that are out there constantly looking out after other people. Do you take that time to do something for yourself? Do you look out for yourself as good and as well as that you look out for other people? Caregivers. Caregivers are known to do that. Even moms sometimes, kids are dressed well, mom's in holes and nothing fits right. And that's the way it happens. But you need to be kind to yourself. You need to look out for yourself as well. Because if you don't take care of you, you're not going to be there to take care of the others you want to take care of. That's just the way that it works. Yep, I'm not alone, and longer my friends are here. any longer my friends are here. That's right, and that's what it is. We need to do that. You need to care for yourself. You need to look at yourself. You need to understand that if you don't take care of you, how are you going to take care of anybody else? Especially caregivers, moms, single dads. Let's see. This says, Renee, we are on the Rift Nation Network page. Chat room. They're on YouTube. They're on YouTube, but you're on Facebook. And that's what it is. Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Restream, a bunch of different things. Another thing that you can actually do is list your good qualities. I've been a caregiver since I was 15. You're 52, almost 53 now. Ha! I win, I'm 60. So, and that's a long time to actually be a caregiver. Oh, she's on Facebook. You're on a YouTube. Yep. We multi-stream. So we're kind of all over the place. So, okay. List your good qualities. List them. What are the good things about yourself? Okay. What do you consider your most good habit? Okay. What is the best thing about you? 56. Ha! I win too. Gen X. Yeah. Gen X is awesome. We had the best of all worlds. What is your best quality? What is the best thing about you? List them. List your qualities. List your good things. Listing. Gen X. That's right. Gen X. You know why Gen X is the best? Because we have the best of all worlds. We came from the time when we were doing all the dumb stuff. There was no cameras chasing us around like there is today, up into now being able to use computers. So we went through everything. We went from typewriters to buses to walking to school, uphill both ways in the snow, barefoot. Yeah, I've heard that all the time. Not stabbing people with a fork. See, that's a good quality. You could ruin a perfectly good fork that way. Well, if they deserve it, just go for the knife, but don't ruin the fork. Yeah. Or a spoon, that would hurt my. I'm going to take his eye out with a spoon. Sorry. I'm quoting movies. Quoting movies. Sense of humor. There you go. That's an awesome quality. That's an awesome quality. You know what? In today's day and age, with the negative people around you, maybe going out the door and not screaming, stabbing, or killing, or maiming somebody is probably the best thing of the day. But that's okay. It's still positive, right? Kidding. There's always something about yourself that we love. There's one thing, okay? Not eating Tide Pods. That's a good quality. I don't give up. I always find a way. I might back down here and there, take a short break, but I refuse to give up. Okay? I don't know how to quit. And that's what it is. I got to keep going. I got to keep working. I got to keep doing it. And that's a good quality. Spontaneity. That's also a good quality. Let's see. Let's see. We've seen it all. Plus, we've learned today's tech, and we can dial a rotary phone. Oh my God! If I still had the car I had when I was younger, we'll get back to this in a minute. And I'm talking about the stick shift with the emergency brake. I put one of the kids in today. They wouldn't know what to do with that sucker. That was my first car. Emergency brake, clutch, brake, gas. I could drive it, no problem. So, oh my God, if they got into a double clutch, woo, they wouldn't know what to do. They wouldn't know what to do at all. So I work in a place where this woman is in memory care, told me once that I needed to stop trying to get her to eat, or she would shake me with her spoon. Oh my God. Oh, jeez. I'm sorry. I seen that in a movie once. I think it was a Robin Hood movie. I don't know. I think that's what it was. And it's like, wow, my goodness. Best anti-theft device, manual cars. Yes, nobody can drive one of those. They wouldn't know what to do with it. It's like, I'm going to steal your car. No, you can't. And if it was a really old car, they wouldn't even know what an 8-track was, so they wouldn't have to worry about it. So, yeah. Now, another thing that you want to do is you want to appreciate yourself. Appreciate who you are as an individual. Okay? Literally, appreciate you. And shine when you can shine. If you're goofy, shine at it. If you like to crack jokes, shine. Just be you. Be awesome. Appreciate who you are. We are all individuals. Appreciate every aspect of yourself. There's nothing wrong with that. It makes it good. Listen to my, let's see, what's this? All right, let's see. Listen to my inner voice. Lets me know who I can tell what to. But did they understand the context? Aha! Sue, thinking of my reading. Ah. Yeah, the reason I read your comments is because we're also on iHeartRadio. So if I read them, people will know who I'm talking to. Otherwise, they'll be clueless and go, oh my God, that lady talks to herself. She answers questions that nobody asks. So, yeah, so that's why I read your comments out. Let's see. I have a Lincoln with an automatic manual. I don't know how to do it. Ah. Okay, what is this one? I'm sorry, you guys are funny. Crocheting not to comment murder is a good quality. Yep, yeah. I crochet. Yep, and everybody around me is still kicking, so that's a good thing too. I love that you read the what? I love that you read the comments. Well, thank you. That's how I understood you. I'm used to reading my own writing, girl. I got this, no problem. I got this. So we're almost coming to the end of the show here, but another thing you can do is stop comparing yourself with others. Okay? Do not compare yourself to anybody else because, like I said, we are all unique individuals. Another thing is stop second guessing yourself. If you think it was the right decision in the first place, why are you second guessing yourself? Why are you second guessing who you are? Okay? Avoid self bashing. That goes right into that category of, oh, avoid self bashing. Surround yourself with positive people. Believe it or not, It's like a yawn. It becomes infectious of who you are. Nothing wrong with, okay, there we go. What is this? Okay, Robert says, nothing wrong with talking to yourself. Professional advice has to be gained from somewhere. I love that. Oh my God, I freaking love that. That was Robert. Let's see, Vet Girl. Robert said hi. Oh my God. Let's see. What does this one say? Let's see. I draw and write. Okay, I draw and write was referring to Vet Girl's crochet. Oh, you crochet? I crochet too. I just learned about a year and a half ago, and I'm addicted, and I do it every night. It's very relaxing. It really is. So, and I've created a bunch of fun stuff. Still haven't success. I have this issue with making hats. They're either too big or too wide or too long, and it's like, what the hell? So, anyways, so I do it for fun and for gifts for people, but I find it relaxing. It's cool. So, yeah, guys, that's kind of the end of the show. It was about your self-esteem, because what we don't want to do is allow manipulative behavior around us. Laugh my ass off. No Vet Girl crush. Crochet? Huh? She crochets. See, now I'm lost, guys. Z's son. Laugh my ass off. No Vet Girl crochets. Ah. Oh my God. All right. That's it for today's show. I don't know what I'm going to talk about next week. I don't know if we're going to get into some sound. But definitely need another topic. And I mean, laughter is a cool topic. It really is. I love laughter and I love being fun. I got through the door and it's over. I'm sorry, Renee. I'm sorry. But if this is easier for you, that's cool too. I don't care. Whatever's easiest for you. Send yarn. I crochet too, send yarn. I'll tell you what, I got a boatload of green. You want to trade? I mean, I'm not a professional or anything, but I enjoy it. I have fun. So, yes, fun. Thank you. I enjoyed it. All right, guys, that's it for tonight. And I will see you again next week. Definitely going to do readings again at 8 o'clock on Bag of Nuts. Beacon, I have no idea what we're going to talk about yet. So, but we'll think of something. And I'm sure I'll mispronounce a bunch of words there too. And then we can laugh some more. Okay? Peace. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. Peace out. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow to the Rift Nation Network channel.